morning. So we're back, and what are we back from? Took the boys to my Emily's parents' house for a week of VBS. We went to the Rangers game last night afternoon. Afterwards, it was fun to just checking over the farms to see where I need to spray. I did some spraying before I left on some places that needed it, including this one, and I finished all the replanting finally. Except for like one little section. Dad did that for me while I was gone. Like it was probably less than an acre. But yeah, I'm over here. This is the first farm that we planted overall. It looks pretty good. It's a little skippy down here on this north end, but it's good down there. There's a little bit of sand blasting there from the neighbor's field blowing last week, but going over it with spraying, overall I'm pleased. And to see that there's the only green I'm really seeing out there is the cotton. So cotton looks pretty good. It is, let's see, so these bottom two leaves are the cotyledons, so we're getting 1, 2, 3, starting to put out its fourth true leaf on some of these earlier plants. I guess that one is too. It's just a little bit smaller. So we've got, again, some grasshopper damage down there, some sand blasting down there on this end, but I mean, I think it's a pretty good stand, and so should have the moisture down there for the cotton to grow. We're going to have the heat units for sure this week, be over 100 all week, and so hopefully we just watch the cotton grow. Hard to show you from the road, but there's weeds starting to pop up that weren't there before we went out of town, which is kind of what I expected, but just trying to get a game plan on where to go. Cotton's coming up where I replanted. I'm going to show you some here by the house. It's not a great example because it was not some of the earliest, but some of the stuff I planted, this is some of the last I planted, so it's coming up pretty good. And so you can see kind of the age difference on some, and thankfully it didn't kill all the cotton that I planted over. Some of it did, I know, but yeah, that looks good. Again, you never know until you see it come up if you're doing right, but I can row it really well most places where I drop the planter in. So cotton is got a good start after we got a rain on, and now I think we're good. So I'm going to load the sprayer, and I'm going to finish. I have about 20 acres, maybe 10 to 20 acres left on a farm I didn't finish before the weekend. And then I don't know where to go next. If I should wait because the weeds are real small, and I don't know if there's still weeds coming up. I don't want to spray too early and waste it. So I don't know, but I'm going to pray about it. But I am going to spray that. In other news, I sprayed all my my jungle that I had all around and smoked it. It was good to see that. Again, you never know until you think you got enough chemical out there, but then you just don't know until either something like cotton comes up or the weeds die. I can see the hydraulic oil just barely. It's kind of hard to see. Good. full. Also, I'm wearing a cowboy hat. You may have, I don't know if I've showed you this. I didn't really feel comfortable getting a cowboy hat, but I need something to keep the sun off my head, and the floppy coaching hats weren't doing it. So we're trying a cowboy hat. So far, I think it's good. I've got a big head, so finding a place that could actually had one I could try on, that was the challenge number one. And so, I don't know. Here's what it is. I got a big head. Cowboy hat makes your head look bigger, I think. So, but it does keep the sun off my head, and it's fairly cool. Here's your little better example of, I had to replant all of this because it was underwater. So, got a good stand here and everywhere, but this is where you're at, so it's here. I got the spraying done on this farm. I mean, it's not bad. It's just where I didn't spray the other day. There's a distinct difference on grass. Like right here, it's been sprayed and there's no weeds. So the weeds are real little. So I hope I'm not spraying. I didn't spray some of this too early, but I haven't sprayed that much. And really, two of the farms needed it regardless. There may be more weeds that come up. This farm, I thought needed it. Not the whole field, but some spots were getting a little woolly, and I had the tank to spray out, so I just went ahead and did it. So we'll see. The rest of it, I don't think the cotton ground's weedy enough. Really, I'm gonna go out in the four-wheeler probably here when I get back, put some diesel in this tractor, and then go in the four-wheeler and just kind of scout around. I'm thinking the weeds are just real tiny, and I'd rather them get a little bit more size on them, so there's a little more surface area to get them killed. So anyway, but the thing that also I want to do is some of this resistant grass. I'm hoping that I'm killing it on the second pass. The stuff that was hurt pretty good. Some of the studies from our extension office said it really didn't matter the rate, but doing 2 shots 2 to 3 weeks or so apart was kind of the ticket for getting those things killed. And so I did this spray pre-plant, and then now I'm spraying after. It's been maybe probably about 3 weeks since I planted all this, and so maybe it's been 4 weeks since I sprayed it. But I'm hoping that it, like, I don't know if you can even tell, those grasses there, the bigger ones, those are called white tridents, and they are hard to kill. They plow good, but we don't plow a lot. And so if I can at least get them, if I can kill them, great. If I can at least get them held back bad enough until I can cultivate, then I should be able to clean that up pretty good. I'm not going to check on the four-wheeler. I got to run to my dad's house and help him with something. So I'll see you in a little bit. Well, I'm back. It's after lunch now, and I am going to do some things. First thing is take this cottonseed back to the gin. I didn't use. So I used a certain number of bags to plant everything, and then on 3 different farms I replanted about half of the acres. And so the bags I bought for replant are discounted. They give you there's a replant deal on that. I think it's 70% off of the initial price, so 70% off of $345 is what I'm paying a bag, and so that helps. It's still an additional cost. I still have to pay the full bag price for the first time planting, but then less the second time. But it was worth it because everything is coming up really well. So I'm gonna take that seed back so I can get all that squared away and let my seed rep know what I used and what, so he can bill me right. And then after that, since I've got the trailer hooked up, I'm going to go pick up something that I bought. Man, I about got my finger This had an old Demco hitch on it from the factory. This had a Demco hitch from the factory, but the grain carts, the way we had to put them together, what was it? The Bulldog, yeah, that's what it was. The Bulldog hitch, like this one. This is a Bulldog branded hitch or coupler. It would not, it comes to a point. See that? Comes to a point, and so that was hitting the frame of the trailer, the grain cart, and so we swapped the Demco off of that to put it onto there, but I think I can rob it back and rearrange from the other carts. But anyways, when I put that thing in, it almost got my finger. Luckily, no blood. All right, I think I'm good to go, hooked up. No, I gotta go get the seat. That would be important. I just picked up the thing. Any guesses what it is? Does it give you any ideas? Any? No? Probably not. Got this little thing. A little pull behind, 100-gallon sprayer with a 20-foot boom. Nothing fancy, but be nice. Spray the yard, spot spray in the field is what I'm mostly thinking about. Pull behind, hopefully the four-wheeler, if the four-wheeler that we have, a bigger one, isn't strong enough to pull it, because 100 gallons of water can get heavy by itself, plus the sprayer itself, which isn't super heavy, but four-wheeler's not designed to pull just a ton of weight. So anyways, yeah, well, hopefully it's the ticket to the problem with the boom, our big sprayer, is it needs about 100 gallons to prime the pump, and sometimes I don't need 100 gallons of whatever to do these trouble spots that I'm trying to do. So this I can put in any kind of amount is what I'm trying to say. A four-wheeler holds 15 gallons on those sprayers, those tanks we have on the back of the four-wheeler, and so to have the flexibility from 15 to 100 sure is nice, and then being able to go 20 foot at a time will be really nice in spots where it's just too thick to spray by hand. So anyways, there's the new toy. Well, I gotta get this off, and forks just don't go all the way across. They start hitting the tire. I start hitting the tire over there, but I wonder, I don't know really the center of balance. It's probably somewhere. We tried at the place picking it up either side of here, and it tipped over, which that kind of makes sense as you look at it. So center of balance is probably somewhere around in here. So I guess I'm gonna pull back out, and if I widen, probably I'm hitting that tire. So I don't think any solution is going to work where I'm on this side of the tire, because I'm going to hit right here. But maybe I move this all the way to this side. I don't know. That's what I'm going to try something. Let's try this. I think I am pretty well balanced, pretty close at least. I think I could scoot over. Yeah, I think I can scoot over to the right without hitting the tires, which would probably be perfect, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, got her down. Now, how do I move her from here? That's a great question. Because the four-wheeler's too low. So, guess the trailer mover would get her done. So, I'm gonna have to do some reading for sure on this. But 3 sections, the way I understand it, that'll be my pressure. Obviously, I'm assuming this is how I kind of control pressure. I don't know. I'll have to look into all that. But I also will have a spray wand, so I can have that with me from wherever I'm driving and spray on the go. I'll probably get a longer tube on that. We have that on all the other ones. I would assume this is just a master shutoff and a filter. Then obviously I upgraded to get the Honda over the Briggs & Stratton engine. Runs this, or I believe they call it a roller pump. And so the question I have, I don't know, is I'm guessing that pump, that's going to run all the time. So I'm guessing, I mean, it would build up too much pressure, it would blow the line. So I'm assuming that if I don't have anything running, it must just bypass all of these and go back to the tank, I guess, or I don't know, or maybe it only, I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm gonna have to read because I don't really know how this all works. Yeah, I would think this is probably the return back into the tank, right? Does that make sense? Here's the supply, and if there's nothing open here, if these are all closed, then it'll just go back through here. Does that make sense to you? I don't know. I'll let you know. Alright, well, I just got it unfolded. It's kind of, I didn't really know how it was going to work, but it just kind of spins, I guess, inside of this little bracket here. I guess there's a spring pressure in here, but this section comes over the top like that. And then this section, see, it just, that's interesting. And then one more time to bring it in. So 20-foot boom, 3 sections. I'll have to figure out how they broke the sections up. I could check the plumbing, but just got a call from the guy. This is the shutoff that goes to the wand. These are just manual controls for each section. This is how I'll set my pressure, and this is the return to the tank. They said there's a spring in here that'll activate, that'll bypass once I get to enough pressure so I don't blow any lines. And yeah, pretty simple, straightforward. I'm about to go home, but before I do, I'm gonna do one thing to the planner. Dad already dumped the boxes and released the down pressure tension, the down pressure tension and the depth thing here. So all the pressure is off. Always leave the springs off pressure while we're storing it. And then the only thing I'm going to do is, because these other ones we've had on, you could kind of release a little bit, and so there wasn't as much down pressure. These, there is no adjustment, and so what I'm going to do is disconnect that, and I think hopefully easily push that little lever. It's supposed to come out pretty easy. Maybe you can't do it. what I'm gonna do, try it again, undo that. Dang. Well, like that is what I wanted to do. But that didn't come out super easy. Why, I don't know. Stored in there. I think I'll probably do that tomorrow. I thought that was going to be real simple. But I'm guessing it's the mud. That's the project for tomorrow. I'm going home. Thanks for watching. If you're gonna farm, farm it.